Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Silver Lake Regional High School here in Kingston, Massachusetts, which today will house the Division I South quarterfinal matchup between your Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks and the home team, the Silver Lake Lady Lakers. In this coverage of continuing action of Milford softball on Milford TV, I am Tim Coet. Rob O'Keefe also here on the coverage, and Milford continuing their hot stretch of play into these 2015 playoffs. And what an exciting game we saw just about 48 hours ago back home in Milford, where the Lady Hawks opened up this 2015 playoff run with a tough game against Quincy High School, also a member of the Patriot League, same as their opponent here today. But what a tough game it proved to be, and it did not look good for Milford through the middle innings, trailing in the game 4-0 until the fifth inning, when Milford began staging a dramatic comeback, touched off by a key walk from sophomore Caitlin DeCapua, an infield single from Kate Irwin, and finally a 3-run home run from Taylor LeBrun that tied the game. It ultimately went into extra frames before the Lady Hawks were able to walk away with the victory, courtesy of a walk-off single by freshman Maddie Bonvino. So a lot of the underclassmen making their presence felt in that game, key to Milford moving on to this quarterfinal round, where they square off with a team that they know very well, a team they played through their final stretch of the regular season, the Silver Lake Lakers. Silver Lake went into that game undefeated, but they left with a single loss on the season. It was the only loss they suffered on the regular season, as they finished up the year at 19-1. We will have the starting lineups and the game's first pitch next here on Milford TV. Welcome back to Kingston, ladies and gentlemen. The pregame festivities have concluded. Silver Lake taking the field, which means we are just moments away from the first pitch in this quarterfinal round of the D1 South tournament here in the 2015 MIAA playoffs, a rematch of two very tough teams from the regular season in Silver Lake and Milford. And again, just a remarkable season for both of these teams. And you take a look at this D1 South bracket. The two teams in the top two seeds in the bracket in Silver Lake and Hopkinton came into playoff action with identical 19-1 records. And those one losses for each of those top two seeds, well, none other than the Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks. So certainly a reason for this team to continue to be confident as they get deeper and deeper into playoff action. And also a reason to be confident for this team, the victory that they enjoyed in 11 innings, a hard-fought victory over Silver Lake back at the end of the month of May. That's certainly fresh in the minds of both of these teams. First pitch just seconds away, so let's get to the starting lineups. First for the visiting Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks, leading it off is Kate Irwin playing left field. Emily Pierre-Gustavo bats second and plays second, with Taylor LeBrun, the catcher, batting third. Allie Pierre-Gustavo plays first base and bats cleanup, with Maggie Farrell, the right fielder, in the number 5 spot. Batting sixth is the shortstop Jill Powers. Hitting seventh is the third baseman Caitlin DeCapua. Megan Jakes bats eighth and is the designated player, and in the 9th spot is the center fielder Sydney Pounds. We will get to Silver Lake's lineup in the bottom half of the inning as the first pitch is on the way, and it misses for a ball. The quarterfinal round in this tournament is underway. Kate Irwin for the second straight playoff game in the leadoff spot. And we talked about it in the open. Kate Irwin, one of the real key moments in that game, coming through with an infield single that produced Milford's first run. She drops a bunt down here on the 2-0 pitch, but it kicks foul. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Ideal conditions here in Kingston for this quarterfinal action. Bright sunshine overhead. Here's the 2-1 pitch, offered at and missed. Two balls and 2 strikes to the Milford leadoff hitter here in the top of the first. This pitch slashed right back to the pitcher. Maddie Baroni fields and throws for the first out in the inning. A lot of the players on the field today will look the same as the last time we covered these two teams. Most of the lineups identical, and the pitching matchup identical, as Maddie Baroni gets the call once again for Silver Lake, opposed by Allie Atherton. As Emily Pierre-Gustavo now steps in with 1 out and the bases clear. It starts off with a strike. Now takes a pitch up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The base is clear as we are just 2 batters into this contest. A called strike on the inside edge. An impressive facility here for Silver Lake on the grounds of both their high school and middle schools. That pitch up high, it kicks to the backstop, and it's a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Baroni's next pitch, and it is swung on and missed. 2 up and 2 down for Milford here in the top of the first. And now here is Taylor LeBrun. A 1-for-4 performance in the first round of the playoffs, but that one hit a doozy, a 3-run home run that tied the game at 4. Starts off ahead in the count, 1-0. After that pitch, she sends it foul up over the backstop, a ball and a strike. Baroni right back on the pitching rubber. Now into her windup, the pitch is swung on and missed. Milford looking to avoid a 1-2-3 first inning. Here's the next pitch. It is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Maddie Baroni here in the first inning, and it is indeed a 1-2-3 frame. Milford cannot get anything generated in the top half of the inning. It will be the home team taking their first swings of the game when we come back next here on coverage of Milford High School softball in the 2015 MIAA playoffs here on Milford TV. Right back here on coverage of Milford High School softball on Milford TV. I am Tim Coette, Rob O'Keefe also here on the coverage. Milford goes 1-2-3 in the top half of the first inning, and now the home team, the Silver Lake Lakers, will take their first at-bats of the afternoon. And we'll bring you their starting lineup now. Leading it off is the shortstop, Caroline Vedetto, with Emily Critch, the catcher, batting second. Maddie Baroni, the starting pitcher, bats third, with Hannah Johnson, the third baseman, in the cleanup spot. Shannon Grindle plays first base and bats fifth, with Leah Makowitz, the left fielder, batting sixth. Hitting seventh is the second baseman, Jenny Riordan, with Megan D. Macedo, the center fielder, batting eighth. And in the ninth spot is the designated player, Kelly Danahy. Flexed out of the Silver Lake lineup, only playing defensively in right field, is Anna Batista. Allie Atherton concluding her warm-up tosses in the pitcher circle, pitching in her second consecutive playoff game, looking to shake off the outing against Quincy, in which she only lasted 3 1/3 innings, allowed 3 runs to the Lady Presidents. Kelly Reichert ultimately coming on in relief and pitching the remainder of the ball game, but Atherton right back out there. Coach DeVito showing confidence in his sophomore starter. And Atherton did pitch very well in the game against Silver Lake in the regular season, allowing a first inning run and then holding the Lady Lakers offense scoreless until the 9th inning. Ready to deal her first pitch of this quarterfinal round, and it's a called strike 1 into Caroline Vedetto. Vedetto, a right-handed bat against the right-handed tossing Allie Atherton. She lifts this pitch to the outfield. Ranging in is Maggie Farrell. She makes the catch, and Vedetto is retired for the first out of the inning. Next batter for Silver Lake is the catcher, Emily Critch. Atherton ready to work to her second batter. Here is the pitch, and it's low for ball 1. We mentioned the first inning run allowed for Allie Atherton to Silver Lake back on May the 20th. It was on a solo home run to this very batter, Emily Critch, just 2 batters in. Gave Silver Lake a lead, which they enjoyed until the 7th inning. She finds herself ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, we all know what happened from there in that game. Milford scratching across a run to tie it in the 7th. They faced a 3-1 deficit again in the 9th inning before tying it up again, courtesy of a 2-run home run by Maggie Farrell, and then ultimately won it in walk-off fashion in the 11th inning. 2 balls and 1 strike the count now to Emily Critch. Atherton back into her windup. Here it comes, and that's in for a called strike 2. Silver Lake coaching staff disagreeing with the strike call, but it evens the count at 2 with 1 out and the bases empty. This one hit on the ground to deep short. Tough play for the shortstop, Jill Powers, but she makes it. A good strong throw, beats Critch to first. 2 up and 2 down for Allie Atherton here in the first inning. Anytime you see those balls hit to deep shortstop, it's always 50-50 to get the throw to first base in time, but a good strong arm at shortstop for Milford and Jill Powers. 2 outs and the base is empty now for Maddie Baroni, pitcher versus pitcher. And Baroni takes the first pitch for ball 1. Atherton's next pitch, that's in for a strike. Maddie Barone reaching base twice in the game against these teams in the regular season, a double and a walk in the game. She also had a strikeout against Atherton. Here's the 1-1 pitch, too low. 2 balls and a strike. Maddie Baroni, one of the top pitchers in the entire state through the regular season. Also accomplished at the plate. She's ready to see a 2-1 pitch, hits it on the ground again to shortstop, played cleanly once again by Jill Powers. A much easier play to first base, and Allie Atherton has a 1-2-3 first inning. We are done with 1 here from Silver Lake High School. It is scoreless between the Lakers and the Lady Scarlet Hawks here on coverage of Milford High School athletics on Milford TV. Captain Allie Pierre-Gustavo set to lead things off for Milford here in the top of the second inning. She takes a called strike 1 from Maddie Baroni. Both sides failing to collect a base runner in the opening frame. Now Pierre-Gustavo sends one deep out to center field, but this will stay in the yard. The catch made by Megan DiMacedo. It is a bit of a shallow outfield here in Silver Lake, but that one's staying inside the fence, giving DiMacedo the chance to make the catch. So the first 4 retired in this game on the Milford side. And a called strike 1 into Maggie Farrell. Farrell, of course, stepping up in the most crucial of game situations against this team back in the regular season. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. This pitch in for a called strike 2. Maggie Farrell with a double, a home run, and another double in extra innings, but she takes a called 3rd strike here. The 3rd strikeout victim for Maddie Barone. 2 quick outs in the inning, and now here is Jill Powers. Tries to hold up the swing, but the ball makes contact with the bat for the first strike. Jill Powers also having an impressive performance in those extra innings against Silver Lake, and sends a hard line drive foul down the left field line in towards where the Milford fans are situated for this game. 2 quick strikes on Jill Powers. Powers collecting an RBI double in the 7th inning to drive home the tying run that sent the game to extra innings, and ended up with a walk-off single in the 11th to score the game-winning run. Fights off that pitch foul to stay alive. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the inning. The first 5 of the game have been retired by Maddie Baroni. Powers able to hold up the swing to take that pitch for a ball. 1-2 now the count. Now this pitch hard on the ground, in and out of the glove briefly of the 3rd baseman, but the throw to first base still gets there. A nice job by Hannah Johnson to not panic and send a good strong throw across the diamond. Another 1-2-3 inning for Maddie Baroni. We head to the home half of the 2nd inning, still scoreless between Milford and Silver Lake here on coverage of the 2015 MIAA playoffs on Milford TV. Middle of the order bats due up for Silver Lake as we begin the bottom of the 2nd inning. Allie Atherton right back out on the pitcher circle after a strong first inning of work. And Hannah Johnson, who just made that good play defensively to conclude the top half of the inning, set to lead things off. One of the few lefty bats in the Silver Lake lineup. Takes the first pitch for a called strike one. Chatter now rising up from the Silver Lake dugout along the first base line as that pitch dips low and away, evening the count at 1. Atherton looking very confident as she warmed up for this game this afternoon, really showing no signs of carrying anything over from the game against Quincy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's hit in the air, just onto the outfield grass and left, and a good running grab made by Jill Powers. Covering the ground to make the catch, and Johnson's retired for out number 1. Now here is one of the captains on the Silver Lake squad, Shannon Grindle, the first baseman. Atherton readies herself for the first pitch. It's now on the way, and it's in for strike one. Shannon Grindle with a couple of infield singles in the late innings of the game back on May the 20th. Also hit into an inning-ending double play. Takes a pitch down and in. Evens up the count at 1. 1 out deep into the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Going after a high one that time was Grindle. She fouls it at the dish. 1-2 now the count. Leah Makowitz, the left fielder, waiting on deck. Atherton back into the windup. Here is the pitch. Taking something off that one. She had Grindle out in front for strike 3. The first strikeout in the outing for Atherton. 2 up and 2 down here in the home half of the second, and now here is Makowitz. The first pitch in for strike 1. Atherton consistently getting ahead of hitters here in the first 2 innings. Makowitz a 2-for-5 day against Milford in the regular season. Takes a swing and a miss. Now down in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty. Atherton is ready. Leah Makowitz is ready. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Allie Atherton. And she sets them down 1-2-3 for the second consecutive inning. The pitcher is having a dominating start to this game. We're through with 2, and it is scoreless between Milford and Silver Lake here on coverage of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. Into the top of the third inning now, a fast first 2 innings of play. Caitlin DeCapua leading off this top half of the third inning, takes the first pitch from Baroni for strike 1. Now pitch too far inside, had DeCapua backing out of the way. And now a swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Coach DeVito really praising the patience of DeCapua after the win against Quincy, working the walk to lead off the inning in which Milford tied the game. Said it would be an underrated stat at the end of the day, but it was a huge play in the game. Unfortunately, a swinging strike 3 here to open up the third inning. It is already strikeout number 4 for Maddie Baroni, who has now retired the first 7 consecutive Milford hitters. The base is empty with 1 out for the designated player, Megan Jakes, who fouls the first pitch away off to the right. The sun dipping in and out of the cloud cover here in Kingston, Mass. A quick 2-strike count on Jakes. The next pitch, A little bit high, a good take. Jakes digs right back in. The righty waits for the next pitch, and a half-hearted swing and a miss. Tried to hold up the swing, but took the bat through the zone. Back-to-back Ks here in the third. Baroni has struck out 5 of the last 7 batters, and now here is Sydney Pounds back in the lineup. Batting out of the number 9 spot. Ready to see an 0-1 pitch now. 0-2. Pounds taking her time getting back in the box. Sets up shop right at the front edge of the batter's box. The 0-2 pitch misses. Pounds trying to keep this inning alive and turn the lineup over. Here's the 1-2 up high. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. And Baroni's next pitch is swung on and missed. An impressive inning for Baroni. She strikes out the side in order. Now 6 strikeouts in all. We head on to the bottom half of inning number 3. Still looking for our first run of the game between Milford and Silver Lake here on coverage of playoff softball on Milford TV. Second baseman for Silver Lake, Jenny Riordan, stepping up to the plate to lead things off for the hometown Silver Lake Lakers, as we have reached the bottom of the 3rd inning. About to face the first pitch of the frame from Allie Atherton, which skips on the dirt in front of the plate for ball 1. A tense atmosphere here at the ballpark in Silver Lake today, just what you would expect out of a playoff game as we get deeper into this playoff bracket. A 2-ball, no strike count on Riordan. The next pitch misses once again. 3 balls and no strikes. Riordan showing good patience here in the opening at bat. Atherton's wind up, the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way was Riordan, and she takes strike 1. Silver Lake winning their first-round playoff matchup with Hockomock League team Oliver Ames by a final score of 9-2 to earn the right to play in this quarterfinal. Here's the 3-1. It's hit in the air, out to left field, running over towards the line is Kate Irwin. She makes the catch. Just inside fair territory, that one slicing away, but of course we know about the speed of Kate Irwin. She was able to catch up to that line drive for out number 1 of the inning. The corner infielders creep in tight as Megan DiMacedo comes to the plate, a bunting specialist for the Silver Lake team. Bunt attempts in each of her plate appearances against Milford last time around, so they certainly know what to expect. She swings away on the first pitch with the bases empty and fouls it up and out of play. No balls and 1 strike the count. Atherton taking her time, now back on the rubber. Takes the sign from LeBrun. And fires. This pitch hit in the air, not deep, out to right center field. In is Pounds and Farrell. It's Pounds who makes the catch. The center fielder taking charge to collect out number 2 of the frame. And now to the number 9 spot in the Silver Lake order, the designated player, Kelly Danahy. The only member of the Silver Lake lineup this afternoon who was not in the lineup against Milford in their first game. She swings at the first pitch, gets it between the legs of Atherton and out into center field. First pitch swinging, and Danahy is able to collect the first base hit of the afternoon. Atherton just unable to get the glove down in time to snag it. That breaks up a string of 8 in a row retired to open the game for Allie Atherton, the first base runner on either side. And now back up to the leadoff spot in the lineup. Caroline Vedetto, who popped out to right field in her first at bat. She swings at the first pitch, grounds it to second base. Room service hop for Emily Pierre-Gustavo, slings it to her older sister for the out that quickly ends the inning. So Silver Lake does finally get a base runner, but cannot do anything with it. And we are done now with 3 full innings of play from Silver Lake Regional High School in Kingston, Massachusetts. Still scoreless here on coverage of playoff softball on Milford TV. Silver Lake finally getting the first base runner of the game with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, but quickly dispatched from there on the ground out from Vedetto to end the inning. So Milford up here already now into the 4th inning, a very fast-moving game. A pitcher's duel. And Kate Irwin getting things started as Milford will now go second time through the lineup, trying to make the adjustments against Maddie Baroni. And she's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Irwin in the driver's seat. Holds up on the swing on the 3-0 pitch. Now a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Irwin grounding out to the pitcher in her first at bat. Takes strike 2, so now from 3-0 to 3-2, the count is full. The payoff pitch is in for a called strike 3. So Irwin never swinging the bat in the entire at-bat and takes out number 1 of this 4th inning. A called strike 3, and that is now 4 consecutive strikeouts, as now this pitch is hit out in front of the plate by Emily Pierre-Gustavo. The throw from Baroni off the mark, and Pierre-Gustavo will reach. And now Milford has their first base runner on an infield hit that catches everyone by surprise for Emily Pierre-Gustavo. Now at first base with 1 out for the catcher, Taylor LeBrun. A big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Coach DeVito preaching patience from the sidelines as the next pitch sails in too high, evening up the count at 1. Taylor LeBrun carrying with her a .468 batting average, regular season and first-round playoff action combined. She falls behind in the count again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And timeout called. The infielders will converge on the pitcher circle while LeBrun talks things over with her head coach. Taking a look back at the matchup between Milford and Silver Lake during the regular season, Taylor LeBrun grabbing a double in the 9th inning. With 1 out, she came around to score on the 2-run home run by Maggie Farrell that tied the score at 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fought off foul. It remains a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The captain LeBrun at the plate, the captain Pierre-Gustavo on deck as LeBrun lines that one to the backstop. And it took Milford until the 6th inning to start making the adjustments against Maddie Baroni in their first time around. Trying to find a way to make those adjustments once again. They do finally have a base runner on that infield hit by Emily Pierre-Gustavo. Emily remains at first base with 1 out. Another 1-2 pitch to LeBrun, and it's in for a called strike 3. A tough at bat put on by LeBrun, but she's down by way of a K. Already 8 strikeouts in all for Maddie Baroni. As Pierre Gustavo swings at the first pitch, they will go the easy route to second base, getting Emily Pierre Gustavo on the force play that ends the inning, so Milford squanders an opportunity with a 1-out base runner. Top of the 4th inning complete, still scoreless. Milford 0 and Silver Lake 0 here on coverage of Milford High School softball in the MIAA tournament here on Milford TV. Hits are at a premium between Milford and Silver Lake as we enter into the bottom of the 4th inning, each side with just a single base hit. As Emily Critch leads off the home half of the 4th, takes a first pitch ball. Silver Lake able to collect a 2-out base hit in the bottom of the 3rd. Milford getting an infield hit from Emily Pierre Gustavo in the top half of this 4th inning. But that is all to this point, as this one is hit hard on the ground off the leg of Atherton. A quick play from Emily Pierre Gustavo, but she throws it over the head of Allie. It goes out of play, kicks off the front of the dugout. No further advance for the runner. The training staff will come out to check on Allie Atherton. Hard contact from Critch off of the leg of Allie Atherton. It results in an infield single. No error on the play for Emily Pierre Gustavo, as there was no further advance from the base runner. Critch at first base, a leadoff base runner when play resumes. Atherton unharmed on the play as the coaching and training staffs return to the sideline. So a runner aboard now for Maddie Baroni, who grounded out to shortstop to conclude the bottom of the 1st. The first pitch from Atherton low, skips away from LeBrun, and up into scoring position goes Critch. And the first runner to reach second base this afternoon. Silver Lake in business, in scoring position, nobody out in the inning. And the training staff will now come out to check on Taylor LeBrun after she took that ball off the shin. The Milford battery getting a bit banged up in the first 2 batters of this inning. So 2 hits now for Silver Lake. The wild pitch puts the runner in scoring position. Training staff now checking on the left side of Taylor LeBrun. This play continues to be halted. Heading into play this afternoon, 3 of the 4 quarterfinal games were already set in this Division I South bracket. Silver Lake and Milford here in this game. Norwood taking on Hockomock team King Philip. Also Taunton taking on Whitman Hanson. Those are the 3 that are known. The 4th quarterfinal still to be decided. Notre Dame Academy awaiting the winner of Hopkinton versus Needham. LeBrun is good to go. Atherton's 1-0 pitch to Maddie Baroni is hit on the ground to second base, Emily Pierre Gustavo makes the play. But a productive out for Maddie Baroni as it advances the runner to third base now with only 1 out. The first potential run of the ball game, very close for the Lakers. As now Hannah Johnson stands in. Johnson lined a pitch that was snagged on the outfield grass by Jill Powers back in the 2nd inning. Takes a pitch that narrowly misses outside for ball one. Milford playing the infield in almost all the way around. As this ball is hit hard to second base, a bobble from Emily Pierre-Gustavo, so no play at the plate. She gets the out at first base, but an RBI for Hannah Johnson, as crossing the plate with the first run of the game is Emily Critch, and Silver Lake is able to strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Milford playing with the infield in. If Pierre-Gustavo had gotten a clean handle on the ball, she would have been able to fire to the plate for a chance at an out there, but once the bobble took place, no chance. So 2 outs and the base is empty. Silver Lake manufacturing a run against Allie Atherton here in the 4th. Shannon Grindle now looking to extend the inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's hit in the air, out to center field. In at first was Sydney Pounds. Now back to the fence, and that is over the fence for a solo home run. Shannon Grindle with a solo shot here with 2 down in the 4th inning, and it ups the Silver Lake lead now to 2-0. So Silver Lake making some adjustments against Allie Atherton here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That leadoff infield single getting the ball rolling. An RBI on a ground out and then a solo home run. 2-0 the score, as now Leah Makowitz steps to the plate. She swings and misses for strike 1. Atherton with a little bit of anger behind that last pitch after 2 runs have come home to score. The 0-1 in too low. Makowitz struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. Part of back-to-back strikeouts for Atherton, her only 2 Ks so far on the day. This ball hit hard on the ground. That's going to sneak through the left side for a base hit. The 3rd Silver Lake hit in this 4th inning. And Coach DeVito will talk things over with Allie Atherton and the entire Scarlet Hawks infield. There are 2 outs in the inning, but another base runner here for the Lakers as Makowitz collects the single. Jenny Riordan waiting to take her 2nd at bat of the day. She lined out to left field. Took a nice running grab from Kate Irwin to collect the out. The conference over in the pitcher circle. Atherton remains in the game. Play set to resume. The first pitch into Riordan is high for a ball. A big crowd here at the softball field at Silver Lake, watching this quarterfinal action as Riordan finds herself ahead in the count 2-0. The majority of fans collected beyond the field of play down the right field line. Some sprinkled around beyond the outfield fence, and some hardy Milford fans making the trip, set up beyond the left field line as this ball is hit hard to second base. Pierre-Gustavo makes the play. She takes the ball to the second base bag for the force out that ends the inning. 3 hits in the inning, including a home run, results in 2 runs on the board for Silver Lake. They now lead it 2-0 over Milford, headed to the 5th. On coverage of playoff softball here on Milford TV. Top of the 5th inning now, Milford looking to generate a response after Silver Lake was able to take the 2-0 lead. Maggie Farrell leading it off. She sends a line drive out to center field, but sized up by Megan DiMacedo. She makes the catch. Very good contact from the Milford right fielder, but unable to get over the head of the center fielder for Silver Lake, and Farrell is out number 1 here in the 5th. Jill Powers now takes a called strike 1. Baroni working very quickly now, pitching with the lead for the first time today. Ground ball to third base, scooped up by Johnson. The throw to first base in time. Two up and 2 down for Milford in the 5th, and it's up to Caitlin DeCapua. DeCapua, a strikeout victim, and in her first at bat, she hits a hard liner off the glove of Johnson. It trickles out into left field, and DeCapua will reach. Very hard hit ball that was too hot to handle for Hannah Johnson, and it results in a 2-out base runner for the Scarlet Hawks. Now here is Megan Jakes looking to take advantage. Takes a look at strike 1. Jakes in on the hands. This pitch floated out to third base. This time Johnson's able to secure the catch for the out that ends the inning. Milford given a 2-out base runner, but that is all. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, starting to get to the late stages of this game. Silver Lake leading by 2 over Milford on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. This game less than 60 minutes old, but we are already into the bottom of the 5th inning. The hometown Silver Lake Lakers, owners of a 2-0 lead over Milford. They will bring batters 8, 9, and 1 to the plate against Allie Atherton. The first pitch of the inning sails high and away. Milford with just 1 hit so far in the game. They did receive a 2-out base runner courtesy of an error at third base last inning. Lakers with 2 runs on 4 hits with 1 error. Milford no runs, 1 hit, no errors. The 2-0 pitch to DiMacedo is in for a strike. Two balls and 1 strike the count. Atherton a deep breath before going into the windup. Now delivers to the plate. That one tapped foul over towards the third base dugout occupied by the Lady Hawks. The head coach for the Silver Lake Lakers is Tony Pina. Milford head coach Steve DeVito, former Milford head coach Brian Mackey in attendance to take in this quarterfinal game. Here's the 2-2 pitch now, and it is swung on and missed. Atherton gets the 3rd strikeout of her outing here to open up the bottom of the 5th. And now here is Kelly Danahy, who was responsible for the first base hit in this entire game back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Reached on a 2-out single, was stranded at first base. Takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. The temperature has cooled off just a bit here in Kingston since we first arrived, but still very pleasant conditions for this game. Danahy jumping out ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The next pitch, that's in for a strike. Danahy settling back in the right side, left side batter's box. Check that. The next pitch on the way, holding up on the swing. The pitch misses. 3 balls and 1 strike now the count. This 9th spot in the lineup has been tough. Pitch from Atherton, in on the hands. It's popped up in foul ground down the left field line. No chance for Irwin or Powers to make a play. The ball ends up rolling out towards the Milford fans. A full count now on the designated player, Kelly Danahy, with 1 out and the base is empty. Atherton's pitch lands in the right side batter's box for ball 4, and trotting down to first base is Danahy, on base for the 2nd time. Allie Atherton up to 55 pitches now for her outing. She will now go the 3rd time through the Silver Lake lineup as leadoff hitter Caroline Vedetto steps in. She takes the first pitch for a strike. Vedetto 0 for 2 so far on the afternoon, a pop out and a ground out. Danahy aboard at first base. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to second base. The flip to second out there. The throw to first, not in time. A bit too slow developing around the second base bag, but Milford does cut down the lead runner. Danahy erased. Vedetto reaching at first on the fielder's choice. And with 2 outs in the inning, Emily Critch will step in. She started the Silver Lake rally last inning with an infield single. She came around to score on the ground out by Johnson. The first pitch is up high for ball 1. Atherton working ahead in the count to most batters earlier on in this game, but working from behind to just about every batter she's faced in this inning. Does have 2 outs as that pitch grabs the lower inside corner. Atherton ready to deliver a 1-1 pitch high. Milford's defense trying to stay alert with 2 outs in this inning. Good speed at first base for Silver Lake. Here now is the 2-1 pitch. It's hit in the air out to right field. Farrell coming in. She makes the catch. And the inning is over. A base runner for Silver Lake. But that is all. We have played 5 full innings in this quarterfinal matchup in the D1 South bracket, and Silver Lake leads Milford by a score of 2-0 here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Sydney Pounds to get it started for the Lady Hawks here in the top half of the 6th inning. Pounds jumps back out of the way of the first pitch from Maddie Baroni, but gets the bad news that it is a called strike 1. Pounds just under 400 on the batting average for the season, 393. And looks to bunt on the 0-1 pitch, but sends it to the backstop. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch now. That misses. One ball and 2 strikes now as Baroni fires another in, and it's a called strike 3. It's the second strikeout of the day for Sydney Pounds. And it is the 9th K in the game for Maddie Baroni. Now Kay Irwin to start it off. And just can't keep that pitch in fair ground. Sent a spinning bunt attempt out in front of the plate. Almost stayed fair, but eventually did kick foul. Oh and 1 on Kate Irwin, who grounded out back to the pitcher in the first inning, struck out looking in the 4th. Here's the 0-1, another bunt attempt, another foul ball. Tough to get a bunt down on these hard fastballs from Baroni. Here's the 0-2 pitch. She gets this one down out deep to shortstop. Here's the throw to first. It one hops and Irwin is safe. There is the speed factor again. Irwin able to push that bunt out towards shortstop, and she beats it out for the bunt single. Milford with a 1-out base runner. And now a bunt attempt from Emily Pierre Gustavo. Here's the throw to first. It gets there in time. It pushes Irwin down to second base, but now with 2 outs. Credit Pierre Gustavo with a sacrifice. But a chance for Taylor LeBrun to take an at-bat here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. She represents the tying run. Deja vu as LeBrun takes an at-bat with a chance to tie the game in the late innings. Takes the first pitch for strike 1, a borderline pitch. It goes Baroni's way, 0-1 the count. That one too high, it evens the count. LeBrun a swinging strikeout in the first, struck out looking in the 4th. One ball and 2 strikes now with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Barone's next pitch, it's fought off in front of the plate. It stays in fair ground, and the throw to first base gets there ahead of Taylor LeBrun for the final out here in the 6th inning. Milford trying to put together a rally, but it falls short. No runs on the board for the Lady Hawks now through 6 innings. We head to the bottom half of the 6th frame. Silver Lake still out in front 2-0 here on coverage of playoff softball on Milford TV. Starting pitcher for Silver Lake, Maddie Baroni, who has shut out Milford through the first 6 innings, will lead things off here in the home half of the 6th. Atherton remains in the circle, fires in ball 1 to her counterpart, Maddie Baroni. Here's the 1-0. It's fouled off of the catcher's equipment. Evens the count at 1. Taylor LeBrun taking a beating behind the plate in this game. Baroni grounded out to shortstop in the first, grounded out to second base in the 4th. Ready to see a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch. Just misses. That ground out in the 4th inning did advance the base runner to third, setting things up for Silver Lake to score their first run. Here now is the 2-1 pitch. It is hit in the air out to right field. Backpedaling is Farrell. She makes the catch. And Baroni is now 0 for 3. Just 4 hits allowed in this game so far for Allie Atherton. She has pitched very well, giving up 3 of those hits in the 4th inning. And that is where Silver Lake did their damage. She's got the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. And now here is Hannah Johnson. Johnson with one of the 2 Silver Lake RBIs. It came on a ground out. On a ball that was hit to second base with the infield in. Pierre Gustavo just could not get a clean handle initially on the softball, and that allowed the run to come in uncontested. This time Johnson sends a ground ball to shortstop. Powers to Allie Pierre Gustavo for out number 2. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th inning, Milford will have their middle of the order bats. Allie Pierre Gustavo, Maggie Farrell, and Jill Powers due up. But first, Atherton needing to take care of business here in the 6th, facing Shannon Grindle, who knocked a solo home run in her last at bat to put the score where it is right now to 2-0. One ball and no strikes on the batter. Two and 0. Shannon Grindle with a swinging strikeout in her first at bat against Allie Atherton back in the 2nd. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a liner down the right field line. That's going to get down for a hit. Getting to it is Farrell. It will be a single for Shannon Grindle, her 2nd hit of the afternoon. A runner at first base for Silver Lake and a chance for Leah Makowitz, the left fielder. And we'll have a courtesy runner now for Shannon Grindle as Caroline O'Leary comes in to run. And a conference taking place on the pitcher circle amongst the Milford infield. The 2 captains, Taylor LeBrun and Allie Pierre Gustavo, leading that meeting. Their leadership has been so strong for this team this season. The 2 seniors hoping that this is not the final game of their high school careers. It will take a comeback in the 7th inning. But still not there yet. Silver Lake with a base runner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And the number 6 hitter, Leah Makowitz, in on the right side. She singled in her last at bat. The first pitch from Atherton, a soft liner out to shortstop, grabbing it on a hop is Powers. A good throw to first base. That was a tricky play for Powers, but she stuck with it and made a good throw for the final out in the inning. The last chance for the Lady Hawks is coming up right after this quick break. 2-0 the score. Silver Lake with the lead on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Allie Pierre Gustavo to lead it off. She hits a hard ground ball to third base, in and out of the glove of Hannah Johnson. And just like that, Milford with a base runner here in the 7th inning. Pierre Gustavo aggressively hitting against Maddie Baroni, and she's able to get it hard enough to third base to elude the glove of Hannah Johnson. And Milford with life here in the 7th. And now it's Farrell, first pitch swinging. She hits one deep and far, but foul off to the left. Milford batting here in the top of the 7th inning against the Silver Lake starter, Maddie Baroni, who has been dominating in this game. 9 Ks through the first 6 innings, only 2 hits allowed. Milford getting a base runner on the error to lead off the top of the 7th, and the chatter ramping up from the Milford dugout. Maggie Farrell, no stranger to late inning heroics, but she's down in a no-ball, 2-strike hole. Here's the next pitch, and it's fought off foul. That will make its way out of play over the Milford dugout. It stays a 0-2 count. Now a hard ground ball to shortstop. They throw to second base for the out there. No chance for a play at first. Silver Lake able to cut down the lead runner as Ali Pierre Gustavo is erased. Farrell safe at first on the fielder's choice. These Milford fans not giving up on their team. Many of them on their feet, all of them cheering on their team right to the bitter end. A 2-0 deficit, a runner on with 1 out. As Jill Powers takes a look at strike 1. And now a swing and a miss. Powers unable to catch up to that pitch from Baroni. And now a half swing out of Powers. She's able to foul it off down the first base line. Jill Powers, the same thing in her previous 2 plate appearances, ground outs to third base. Batting with Maggie Farrell at first base and 1 out ahead of that pitch for strike 3. And Milford down to their final out on the season as Caitlin DeCapua, the sophomore, comes to the plate. DeCapua reached on an error with 2 outs in the 5th inning, but was stranded at first base, trying to keep Milford's season alive. Takes a swing at the first pitch and misses, but the ball ends up at the backstop, and the runner able to move up into scoring position. Farrell now at second base. DeCapua swinging with everything she had on that first pitch, looking to even the score with 1 swing of the bat. Down in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch, up high. She holds up the swing and evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1, and it's fouled to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Silver Lake 1 strike away from advancing to the semifinal round. And DeCapua granted timeout at the plate. 18 victories so far on the year for Milford, including their first round playoff victory. But coming down to this moment here, a 1-2 pitch on the way from Baroni. It skips in. DeCapua staying disciplined as the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No bigger of pressure situations than this. The next pitch, and it's fought off foul up over the backstop. Terrific at bat so far from DeCapua. Two balls and 2 strikes. DeCapua ready, Baroni ready. Here is the pitch, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3 for the out that ends this ball game. Milford able to get the leadoff runner aboard here in the 7th inning, but that is all. In a game that took only about an hour and 15 minutes to play, 2 excellent teams on the field here this afternoon. But Silver Lake able to win this grudge match, winning by a final score of 2-0, generating 2 runs in the 4th inning of this game. An RBI on a ground out, an RBI on a solo home run from Shannon Grindle, and they were able to make it hold up. A complete game shutout on just 2 hits for Maddie Baroni, 9 strikeouts. You can make it 11 strikeouts with the 2 she notched here in the 7th inning. And a very strong season for Milford softball sadly comes to an end here in the quarterfinal round. It will end with a final record of 18-4, and it's a disappointment for this team, no question about it, but it certainly does not overshadow what a terrific season it was. Another Davenport Division Championship. Many around the softball community here in Massachusetts thought this program was going to take a step back after 2013, but it has remained strong. It has continued to flourish, making it all the way to the quarterfinal round here this afternoon, but matching up with a tough team for the second time on the season, and Silver Lake able to emerge with a victory, again by the final score of 2-0. It has been our absolute pleasure to bring you coverage of this Milford High School softball team all season long. A quality program under the leadership of Steve DeVito, and for all of these seniors who participated in their final game here this afternoon, hats off on a terrific season and a terrific 4 years here for this Milford High School softball team. But that will wrap up our coverage for this afternoon and for the spring sports season. And for Rob O'Keefe, I am Tim Coette. Your final score, one final time. Silver Lake eliminates Milford, winning this game this afternoon by a final score of 2-0. This has been coverage of Milford High School athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.